is that a light over there? Oh yeah. What can we see it's over there? What is that? What are we looking at? Oh, yeah, it's a glaring light. Glaring light. Just wonder what it was. I'm just setting up. 1 minute. I need the light on as well. So I'm taking my time to set up. We're just setting up while we yeah. I'll be chilling a bit. And put that. Put it we're just setting up. Bear with me a second. Getting the light in position because I won't be able to read the bloody thing. Oh, there we are. Is it charged? That's bright. Look how bright it goes. Look. Ah! That's the brightest. I won't be on that soon. I was just doing it so I can read it. The wow facts. Let's wait for a few people to pop on while we set up here. Waiting for people to pop on so we can talk about the wow facts. Actually, we can do them now. We'll just keep them rolling. Chicken tikka masala. Dish was invented in Glasgow. Actually, the light's too bright. I don't know. I just do it down here. So it's not glaring here. The internet is used by 1.9 billion people every day. Every day on YouTube, 100 million views are viewed. That's a lot. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. A full throttle chainsaw blade can reach up to 45 miles per hour. Let's see the light reflection in my eyes, look. Every time I bend down you see like a light. I've got to do this so the light's not too wait. What does it do? That's not too bad this time. It's not too bad. That's better. That's a bit better. Yes. The Swiss invented cellophane, milk chocolate and Verico. They invented that. No stockinger made safe has ever been broken into the company 30 years history. 1 8 times 4x4 in a lump of lumber can reach 4.4 million postage stamps. Brits take 2.8 million cans of baked beans on a holiday every year. On holiday? They take them on holiday? Hi there. Nelson was shot at range at 50 feet by a French sniper. Silver can sterilize water. Did you know that? Every day, 196 million cups of tea are drunk by the British. A sloth's top speed is 1 miles per hour. Only 5 people died in the Great Fire, London. Diamonds are brought to be Earth's service in a volcano explosion. So you know whenever a volcano explosion, it's diamonds, basically. That's pretty epic, though. The steam engine was invented by ancient Greece. The gap between large asteroids on the asteroid belt is 2 million kilometers. It took Stephen King just 72 hours to write The Running Man. That's pretty epic for a book, writing a book, really, when you think about it. There are 4,369 species of frog. Freaking hell, that's a lot. Different types of species, flipping hell. I bet you never knew that one. Will Smith holds the world record for attempted premieres 3 in 12 hours of hitch. Let's find some cool things here. Here's a tip. Here's a really random tip. If you run out of polish, rub some hair wax between your palms and buff up the leather with your hand. Here's another trick. Before fixing screws in wood, treat them with a dollop of Vaseline that will easily be removed if necessary. I bet you didn't know this one. This is an interesting one. The hottest chili in the world is called, not what you think it's called, really. It's called 16 million reserve. That is 8,000 times stronger than Tabasco sauce. The largest thing a blue whale can swallow is a grapefruit. Here's a cool tip if you're in a garden. Prevent small garden tools from rusting by storing them in a bucket of sand. When using a wheel glass cutter, dip it into paraffin between cuts for a smoother finish. Cockroaches will actually be one of the first insects to die in a nuclear war. Interesting. There are estimated 3,510 varieties of chili. And grapefruits are nice. Reminds me, I've got to eat some. Been funny actually, sorry. This world's smallest motorcycle weighs 2.4 pounds. This is a really cool one if you like Monopoly games. You can boast about it when you're playing a game. The real life distance around a Monopoly board is surprisingly 12.83 miles. So if you want to do the whole thing, just under 13 miles basically. The raft spider in Britain's arachnid, with its body the size of a 50p piece. Bill Gates earns £150 a second from his Microsoft empire. That's a lot of money. A game called Tiddlywinks begins with Squiddy off. Such a funny name. The USA has the highest number of captive tigers in the world. Wow. Skipping some interesting facts. If some of them are outdated, so I'm not reading them. Only half of the whale's brain goes to sleep at once at one time. The telephone country code for Russia is 007. Dolphins don't drink. They get water from their food. Obvious. James Bond consumes a drink on average every 7 pages in the Ian Fleming novels. Around 25% of all fires of unknown origin estimates to be caused by rats. The Peruvians eat an estimated 65 million guinea pigs every year. I can't pronounce a freaking word. Here we are. Wait, let me show you. That word right there. There, so you can see that's a long freaking word. So if you see that. The Sphinx actually means strangler in Greek. And the Sphinx you see at the one in Egypt is technically called a strangler. How random is that? You're almost twice as likely to be killed by an asteroid than a bolt of lightning. Camels store water rather than fat. Bangkok is actually called, wait for it, Grung tape by locals. To date, 1,326 boxers have died in the ring. That's a lot. That's quite a lot, you know. There are around 52 billion chickens in the world. Only 12 people have walked on the moon. All of America. Seawater is an emetic. If you drink it, you'll throw it up. The orange jam at the heart of a Jaffa cake is really apricot jam. So when you have a Jaffa cake and you wonder what it is and you think it's orange jam, it's not, it's Jaffa, it's actually apricots. You're actually eating apricots inside your Jaffa cakes. The guillotine was invented in Halifax in Yorkshire. Until it was banned in 1835, cockfighting was Great Britain's national sport. Only Canadians, Eskimos, built igloos from snow. So if you want to see the igloos made from snow, it's Canadian. So you know. Interesting. That's a really cool one, actually. Somebody's already read. Don't know why to repeat them, though. Oh well. When you have a coffee or a tea, right, and you're out of milk for it, and you want to use some milk, and you're out of milk, there is a way. Use squirty cream. Technically, the same thing, isn't it? Here's a gaming tip if you play computer games. If any of you play computer games, retro computer games. When playing the game Godfather on PC, press the escape button to pause the press the escape button to pause the action. Type CORLEONE and you'll immediately be returned full health. It's a gaming tip. Dried whale vomit is known as angophagitis. Basically, it's worth a lot of money if you find it. That's so random though. And that goes into expensive perfumes. Yeah. That's horrible. So whale vomit goes into expensive perfumes. So basically, people wearing expensive perfumes are wearing sick. No wonder it stinks. No wonder you when you smell it. Kind of makes sense now. Ah, it's gross. Look how freaking gross that is. Oh. Apply a little Tabasco to remove unsightly scratches from your iPad. From the back of your iPad, not the front, the back. The back of your iPad. If you want to get rid of the scratches, use Prograsco. That's PRASSO to remove unsightly all the scratches at the back of your iPad. It's just a tip for you. In the late 1800s, German's tax collector called Louis Dobermann gave his name to a new type of dog that he had bred. So Dobermann is a new breed. We got on this one, small one. The medical term for a hangover is a weird word. Evesislaga. Only 20% of Sahara Desert is covered with sand. The rest is rocky. Abu Dhabi, Emirates, is the most expensive hotel built, costing £1.7 billion. Scientists say an adult must taste a dislike food 10 times before learning to like it. So if you dislike something, you have to taste it 10 times before you like it, according to science. So if you really hate something and you really want it, but you really hate it, you have to have it 10 times and then you like it. It's a theory to test, isn't it, really? Scientists recommend that you like it after the 10th time. What an interesting fact that was. There are freshwater springs in the ocean. I bet you didn't know that either. The colour combination with the most visual impact is black on yellow. The official name of India is Borat. I'm not making this up. As in B-H-A-R-A-T. Britain doesn't have a single mountain higher than 5,000 feet. So look in your comments site. Elephants spend 18 hours a day eating. The common flu kills 20,000 people a year. That's scary though. Some snakes can go on an entire year without eating. Every year, 20.4 million Swiss Army knives are made. Zoonoses are animals' disease concapable to man. What the hell that was? Blackbeard's pirate ship was called Queen Anne's Revenge. On average, 590,000 towels are stolen from Holiday Inn hotels every year. Oh, that's so random. That's a lot of towels. The closest black hole to Earth, known as V4641 SGR, is 1,600 light years away. 9% of the wildfire species on the island of Madagascar are found nowhere else. There are 71 known moons in our solar system. Probably more than that now, because this is dated back in 2008. Yeah. If you watched every entire episode of The Simpsons, it would take you every episode of entire Simpsons can take up to 9 months to create. Freaking, that's a long time. It's a freaking long time. 9 months to make an episode. One episode. Model lady and actress Kelly Brook, if anybody knows her. She's appeared in 9 films to date. Snooker rules were drafted by British Colonel in India in 1882. There are 120,000 different types of rice around the world. Tonka trucks were named after Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota in USA. Giraffes, camels and cats are the only animals that walk by moving both their left feet, then both their right feet. So left, then right. That's random. I should check my cats when they walk next time. Never noticed that. And I've got 2 cats. All polar bears are Capricorns, as they're born in late December and early January. That's pretty cool though. Your human hair, I ain't got much anyway, but I'm saying your human hair is as strong as aluminium. Okay, I don't know what that means, but sorry. Okay. Disney World is twice the size of Manhattan. The chocolate chip cookie was invented in 1933. So if any Americans on here, you want to talk about the chocolate chip cookie, tell them it was invented in 1933. After Einstein finished writing his theory about relativity, he went back to bed for 2 weeks. Cleopatra married 2 of her brothers. The original comic, Superman, couldn't fly. In the original comic, Superman couldn't fly. So, when the original story, he didn't fly. Interesting. So if anybody says, does Superman fly? Say, no, in the original comics he didn't. So there you go. Epic. In 1926, McLaren's whiskey cost the same as a new 207 BMW X3. In Formula 1, there's been no car with a number 13 on it. Dubai is the fastest growing city in the world. Tuna will suffocate if they stop swimming. Interesting. Here's another cool thing you like if you've got Pringles at home. Save your empty Pringles tubes and start open biscuit packets to stop them from going stale. So when you have a packet of biscuits, just pop them in there. Then you can put the lid back on. Think about it. This is for the people who like parking. Bit of tip for you. It's a really good one as well. If you've got a parking ticket, log on to this website, appealnow.com. That's appealnow.com. That can get you off the hook. That's if you don't want to pay the fine, apparently. Better look into that. 1 in 7 curries consumed in the UK are chicken masalas. Interesting. Tip, a cooking tip. When cooking sausages in a pan, skewer them together. That way, you can turn them at the same time and make the perfect bangers. That makes sense. Put the sticker in there. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Tip, another cooking tip, barbecue one. Don't stab meat when turning it on the barbecue. You will lose the tasty juices. So if you do that, basically the flavour won't be as epic as it's supposed to be. The first African country to qualify for the World Cup finals was Egypt in 1934. Thieves made off with 80,000 bikes in Greater London in 2006. The biggest ever fruit machine winnings was 21.6 million in Las Vegas in 2003. That's a lot of dosh. In the opening procession of the Olympics, the host nation's team always marches last. It's like a tradition, they keep to it. According to manufacturers, Spalding is an average lifespan of the NBA basketball as 10,000 bounces. The earliest recorded performance-enhancing drugs in baseball was 1889. Before that was allowed. Homer Simpson works in the sector 7G in a power plant. Homer Simpson. That's called 7G. Sector 7G. Just trying to find some cool bits here. A squirrel can't contract or carry rabies virus. That's good to know that. An average sumo wrestler ever recorded was weight 254 kilograms. The time erosion has erased in 99% of all dinosaur footprints. The tattoo of Bruce Willis back in the whole 10 yards in the logo of the film's producers company. There is a town called California, USA, called Tarzan at Tunisia, named after the honor of Tarzan. So Tunisia, saying the word right, Tunisia. There are 100 flights of stairs at the Emirates Stadium, enough to reach the top of Canary Wharf twice. That's high. That's high up in it. Oh my gosh, that's high. A fully grown grizzly bear could run up to speeds of 37.3 miles per hour. That's fast. No wonder people climb trees. The words "In God We Trust" first appeared on US coins in 1864. After a motorway accident, traffic backs up its rate of a mile of a minute. Mazda, M-A-Z-D-A, Mazda car. Mazda cars are named after Poseidon, god of flight. France produces 8 billion bottles of wine. Eric Bana turned down a role of Alexandra Case in XXX. Oh, so he didn't want to do it, so someone else, the other guy did it. Oh, interesting. Random, so I'm getting tongue-tied with these freaking questions. Oh well. There's a human fact. It takes sperm 1 hour to swim 7 inches. Tip. If you still got this game, this is. To destroy all cars in Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories and PlayStation 2, if you still got these games, press L1, L1 left, L1, L1 right, X and square. It destroys all the cars. Yeah. Tip. Locking wheel nuts are cheap, easy to fit and stop thieves from taking your wheels. The RAF has a strike force of 344 planes. There have been 22 missed penalties of England players in most post-war internationals. I remember these days, remember pay-as-you-go on the phones. It says here, if you use no one uses it now today. If you use pay-as-you-go system on mobile phones and spend about £25 a month, switch to contract, you'll end up saving yourself towards £35 per year. That's quite interesting though. When people did that, it was pay-as-you-go and contract users. Most days it's just contracting it really. Most days, or people just buy the phone. It's mostly contract these days. I think it's the Sims. They do Sims deals now, don't they? Sims deals. Okay, where's it? A shuttlecock. When you play badminton, a shuttlecock can travel up to 112 miles per hour. Over 5 billion crayons are produced every year. The video game industry made 5 to 3 billion in 2005. So you can imagine it now. That's a lot. The Duke of Wellington is Irish. The internet has doubled in size since 2004 and now has 101 billion registered websites. That was back then, so I hate to think now. That must be a high lot. The world's first submarine was launched in the Thames. So if anybody asked where's the first submarine, you said it was in the Thames. San Francisco Sea doesn't have a coastline. In Indonesia, 365 different languages are spoken. Back in the day, MySpace.com, this was a cool fact. This was a cool fact actually. 41% of MySpace users were aged between 35 to 54. There are more than 20,000 brands of beer in the world. During the Great Plague in Europe, it was the law to say, God bless you, when someone sneezed. So when you hear that term, God bless you, it basically means that's what was said when someone had the plague. That's quite interesting because they still say it to this day. Malaria is caused by a parasite carried by mosquitoes. A cow has no upper front teeth. The last words spoken on the moon were, America's challenge of today has forgotten man's destiny of tomorrow. Genetically modified plants can grow plastic. That's random. They can grow plastic. The highest road in the world runs along the Himalayas ridge in Kashmir. Napoleon died of arsenic poisoning. In the incident Olympic Games, all the athletes competed in the nude. It's an ancient Olympics. That's like Greece. Imagine that. Back in the day, all running around nude. That's random, isn't it? Pistachio is really popular this year, right? Well, last year it was actually popular. Don't know about this year, what the new trends are going to be. Anyway, pistachios have been eaten by humans for at least 9,000 years. Adolf Hitler's mother and father were second cousins. The Bank of America started as a Bank of Italy. The rabbit's top speed, 35 miles per hour. There are over 750 million Jaffa cakes eaten in the world every year in the UK. Nothing cool, isn't it? Yeah. No. I've done that one. The next one. We've still got loads to go through. So many. It's unreal. It's unreal. We're not doing them all day. They're Mondays. Here is your Monday. Here's a car tip. If someone tailgates you in the day, stick your lights on. They think you're braking and they back right off. The British Empire is at its largest, covering 1/4 of the world. Instead of using Chomios, get rid of fogged up car windows by using blackboard eraser. So where you rub out the chalk on the blackboard. That thing, that gadget. That's the one you use for stopping your car windows fogging up. There are 6 kinds of corn. I bet you know that one either. They are dent, sweet, flint, pop, flour and pod. Car tip. Use WD-40 to remove the splatter from the underside of your car. 1,172 burgers can be made by 1 cow. Spray outdoor metal furniture with cooking oil to prevent rust. The biggest plasma screen made by Panasonic was 103 inches wide and it cost £50,000. The RAF were the first to put whistles on their bombs to terrorise people. In an average lifespan, a person will walk equivalent of 5 times around the equator. This is a cool one actually. What country do you reckon eats the most garlic? You'll be surprised who the big consumer is. It's actually South Korea. There are 13,000 light bulbs on Brighton Pier. It is an animal fact, but it's a random one, a very random one. The vagina of a female blue whale is 6 feet long. Gary Lineker has been over 55 Walker crisps since 1995. He's been doing that long. Sheesh. Petrol existed before cars were invented. Marshmallows date back to ancient Egyptian times. So it's not kind of like a new thing. It's that far back. It would take up 6 million pints to fill up the Olympic swimming pool. The British coastline is 11,072 miles long. The world's 6 billionth person was born in Sarajevo, Bosnia. Here's a cool one. The average man spends 97.2% of his lifetime in silence. Mad Max yellow Interpreter car was Ford Falcon XB sedan. Births currently outnumber deaths 2.3 to 1. Black rhino is the world's most endangered animal. Just 3,100 left. I was back in 2008, so I'd have to think back now. Let's find out. Hey Google.
Rhinos left in the world as of late 2024. Their population has doubled from a historic low in 1995 due to conservation efforts.
So the facts I just told you, they've been breeding them and it's doubled in number. So there's now 6,000 left. Back then, 2008, there was 3,100 left. And since they've been breeding them, they've got 6,000. That's pretty cool though. We've done a good job. 4 Britons have been to space. There are at least 125 million living twins and triplets. The most goals scored by a man in the single World Cup finals was 13. Just front in line of France in 1958. Approximately 5,000 different languages are spoke worldwide. I bet you didn't know there was that many languages. any cool things in here. No, we read them all. Let's do one more. One more. The Philips and Sony developed the CD in 1980. Here's a cool tip. Put a luggage strap over your dustbin to stop wild animals knocking the lid off. Elvis had a collection of 40 weapons, included M16s and a Thompson submachine gun. Domestic cats purr 26 cycles per second, the same frequency as idling diesel engines. When going fishing, clean and lubricant the fish reels with WD-40. To get rid of pigeons by rubbing Vaseline on their perch, they hate the stuff. The largest iceberg recorded was 208 miles long and 60 miles wide. Turtles have been on Earth over 100 million years. It took J.R.R. Tolkien 11 years to write Lord of the Rings. The first animal to parachute from a plane was a dog. Plastic bottles were first used for soft drinks in 1970. Winds that blow towards the equator is curved west. The Wright brothers tested their airplane in a wind tunnel. When killed in the Battle of World War II, Japanese officers promoted the next highest rank. Julius Caesar was known as a great swimmer. Bread is 30% water. The first motorcycle speedway race was held in Manhattan, Australia in 1925. Egyptians created the first navy in 2300 BC. Hot water freezes quicker than cold water. So if you want ice cubes really quick, if you want an ice cube to be frozen, put the ice tray with hot water and it will freeze quicker. The Bible was written in 3 languages: Hebrew, Amharic, and Koine Greek. A duke is the highest rank you can achieve without being a king or a prince. Exocannibalism eats only enemies, and incocannibalism eats only friends. To win a gold disc on an album, it needs to sell 100,000 copies in the UK or 5,000 in the US. The people killed most often in bank robberies are the robbers. Mercedes-Benz are named after Mercedes Gelinick. Leonardo da Vinci never built or the inventions he designed. Major baseball teams are about 850,000 balls per second. That's about it now. That's it for this Monday. I'll do some next Monday. Every Monday, 8:30. Tune in. I'll be here every Monday, 8:30. But when we're out, we'll do other stuff. Don't worry. There will be other epic things to come. But yeah, 8:30 PM. If it's not, I will state it out and reason why I won't do it. But see you again live. But if it snows today, snows outside. If it's going to snow, the camera's going out. And there will be a vlog as soon as it snows. Or if not, I'll go somewhere where it snows. Hope you've enjoyed that. Until next time. Oh no, Mark and Key, just missed all my facts. I'm about to tune out now. I'm a bit tongue-tied with all the facts. Alright, just one for you, because you're on here. Just one. One fact. Alright? The first ever sold item on eTail was a broken laser pointer, which sold for £7.40. There we go. So you know that. And another one I know at random. The first ever bottle of beer that's ever recorded and ever founded by evidence was in Egyptian tombs. You know, the pyramids. Bottle of beer, yeah. Okay. Oh, he was listening, okay. I'll be some next week, Monday, 8:30. Don't forget to tune in. There'll be more epic, random epic stuff. Yes. Until next time. Don't forget to tune in with all your videos I've been doing though. So yeah, there'll be lots of shorts as well in the evening. Here, there and everywhere. But there is epic videos coming up. There is epic videos. Can't say it's a surprise. But you know, if you've been watching me, you know. Until next time. Tune out.